Now we will see some of the functions of cytokinin. Okay, the first function is it promotes cell division. Okay, so continuous division of cells takes place by the application of cytokinin or by the help of cytokinin. And the second function is it promotes cell elongation and cell differentiation. Okay, during tissue formation or cell formation, cytokinin helps in differentiating cells and it also promotes elongation of cells. And the third function is it promotes formation of adventitious roots. It promotes formation of adventitious roots. And we know that adventitious roots are those roots which are formed apart from radicals. Okay, if they are formed apart from radicals, those roots are known as adventitious roots. Okay, they are formed other than radicals. Next, okay, it also helps in formation of leaf enlargement or leaf formation and enlargement. The formation of leaf and its enlargement is brought about by the help of cytokinin. And fifth function is it breaks seed dormancy. By how? By increasing the metabolic activity of the seeds. Okay, of the seeds. And I have told you that seeds, they will produce enzymes. They will produce enzymes by the action of cytokinin. They are nothing but amylases and proteases. Okay, so it breaks seed dormancy by increasing the metabolic activities. And sixth function is it delays senescence. Okay, it delays senescence. That means aging. Delays aging. Or this full sentence we can also say as retardation. Okay, retardation of aging. Okay, so cytokinin is a hormone which helps the plant body to remain younger, right? It delays aging. Okay, and the next is they promote flowering in some plants. Okay, so this seventh function is it promotes flowering in few of the plants. Cytokinin helps in formation of flowers. And eighth function is they help in promoting secondary growth. Okay, they help in promoting secondary growth, mostly in diploid. Okay, in dicots, mostly in dicots. They will have what? Okay, they will form first interfascicular cambium. Cytokinin helps to form interfascicular cambium. And interfascicular cambium is the cambium found between two fascicular cambium. That means found between two intrafascicular cambium. So this helps in promoting secondary growth, mostly seen in dicots. Okay, mostly seen in dicots. And this is one very important point that we need to keep in mind. Okay, so this is also known as this delay senescence. Okay, delay senescence also is known as Richmond-Lang effect. Okay, and why it is known as Richmond-Lang effect is they have taken two leaves. Okay, so for example, this is 1 and this is 2. The first leaf was dipped in the solution of cytokinin. It was dipped in the solution of cytokinin, and this was kept as it is without dipped into the cytokinin. So this leaf remained, okay, this leaf remained green forever, and this turned into yellowish in color. Okay, so this effect, remaining green by the use of cytokinin, is known as the Richmond-Lang effect. That means what? It retards the aging process. Okay, so it delays senescence. So I hope you understood all of the functions of cytokinins. We will proceed next phytohormone. So the next phytohormone, that is ethylene. It is ethylene. So ethylene or ethylene, it is only the phytohormone which is in the condition of gases. Okay, it is found as gaseous state. So this is known as gaseous phytohormone. Which one is the gaseous phytohormone? It is ethylene. Next, okay, it is formed by the breakdown of methionine. Okay, it is formed by the breakdown of methionine. That means ethylene is formed in plants by the breakdown of methionine. And where this ethylene they are produced? Where they are produced? Actually, where they are produced, or the site of formation of ethylene is either at cell undergoing senescence or ripening of fruits. During ripening fruits, ethylene is produced. During cell undergoing senescence, okay, at that moment ethylene is produced. Okay, now senescence means what? Senescence means what? Okay, the leaf or fruit, they are about to fall. Okay, because they undergo maturation, and that maturation is brought by the phytohormone known as ethylene. Okay, fruit turns yellowish in color. That means it has ripened, and now the time is to fall off, right? And even the leaf, they undergo yellowish in color and they fall off, right? So that process is known as senescence. Okay. Now, for example, this is the leaf. This is the leaf, and at this point, if the ethylene is produced at this point, that means it is going to block the transmission of water as well as gases, and finally this leaf will fall off. For example, I am making you to understand. So this falling off is known as senescence. Okay, so when exactly the ethylene is produced? Okay, during cell undergoing senescence and during ripening of fruits, ethylene is produced, and this gaseous state, this hormone is known as, is found in the form of gaseous state. And now there are two scientists. Okay, these are two scientists who found the phytohormone known as ethylene. Okay, one is Sarah Dowd. Sarah Dowd found the phytohormone known as ethylene during cell undergoing senescence. During what? During cell undergoing senescence. Okay, and Crocker is another scientist who found the ethylene during ripening of fruits. Okay, so these were the two scientists who found the phytohormone known as ethylene. Now let's see few functions of ethylene. Okay, so first function is promotes senescence. It promotes senescence. That means the death of leaf after maturation, they will fall off. The falling off of fruits or leaves is known as senescence. And next function is promotes ripening of fruits. Okay, ethylene is the phytohormone which helps in ripening of the fruits. Or fruit is ripened by the action of ethylene. It is also known as ethene. The other name is also known as ethene or ethylene. Okay. Next function, it helps in increasing the petiole length and internode. Petiole length and internode. We know that what is petiole, right? Now, petiole length and internode, their length is increased by the action of ethylene. Now, for example, we always grow padding in the ankle deep of water, right? In ankle deep of water, what is grown? It is padding. Okay, in ankle deep of water. Now, this ethylene hormone helps the crop plant, rice crop plant, to elongate very quickly, because this paddy, during the showing of seeds into the field, okay, they will remain submerged under water, okay, and they need to come out of water, and this coming out from the water will be done by the action of ethylene. If they are remaining underground, they are submerged underground, means these plants will have the chances to die. So they will be coming out very soon by the action of ethylene. So ethylene, it helps in increasing the petiole length and internode. And internode, we know that internode is the node which is found between two nodes. Between two nodes. Okay, between two nodes, this is known as internode. This space between two nodes is internode. So it helps in increasing the length in plants. Okay, it may be the stem elongation, or it may be the branches that are elongating, and this elongation is brought about by the action of ethylene. And the next function is it helps in breaking seed dormancy. And we know that dormancy is a period where the seed becomes inactive. Even though there is favorable conditions, it may not germinate. Okay, after breaking that period, inert condition, okay, they remain inert condition. After breaking this inert condition of the seed or seed dormancy, the seed is going to germinate, and it also promotes germination of the seed, which will promote, it is the hormone, phytohormone known as ethylene. And the next function is promotes sprouting of potato tubers. Okay, it promotes sprouting of potato tubers, and it helps in ripening of fruits artificially. It helps in ripening of fruits artificially. Now, we know the action of ethylene. Ethylene helps in ripening of the fruits. Okay, so keeping in mind the function of ethylene, scientists, what they have done, they have invented, or they have found out some chemicals that will influence the production of ethylene, and ethylene in turn helps in ripening of fruits. So the artificial technique of ripening of fruit involves one solution. Okay, that is known as, it starts with E, so there is no problem in keeping in mind, that is ethaphone. Okay, it is ethaphone. So ethaphone is aqueous solution. It is aqueous solution. Ethaphone is aqueous solution. Okay, which gets absorbed by the plants. Which gets absorbed by the plants easily. It gets absorbed by the plants easily, and in turn it produces the phytohormone known as ethylene, and produces ethylene. Okay, and produces ethylene. That means it gets absorbed by the plant easily, and it produces ethylene gradually. The gradual production of ethylene ethylene takes place. Okay, so this ethaphone, okay, it helps in production of ethylene, and ethylene in turn helps in ripening of fruits. Okay, so this technique is done artificially. So please keep in mind, in artificial ripening of fruits, which is the aqueous solution that is used? It is ethaphone. Okay, it is ethaphone. So what are the effects of ethaphone? If we are using ethaphone artificially to ripen the fruits, what are the effects? Okay, what it will affect? So effects when we try to do artificial ripening of fruits. Okay, we will use ethaphone, and this ethaphone does what? What it does, its effect is, first it will make thinning of cotton fiber. Okay, thinning of cotton fiber, and even thinning of walnut. And there is one very important point that we need to keep in mind. Okay, ethaphone helps in formation of female flowers. Okay, female flowers in cucumber. So this is a very important point that we need to keep in mind. The effects of ethaphone, it helps in formation of only female flowers in cucumber. So these were the effects we need to keep in mind when we are talking about artificial ripening of fruits. So I hope you understood about the functions, okay, and how this ethylene was found, or how they came to know about the existence of ethylene. So scientists what they did, they took one ripened orange. They took ripened orange, and placed. A ripened orange was placed in unripened bananas. So one ripened orange was placed in unripened bananas, and this one orange which was ripened influenced the ripening of other all bananas in the basket. So all bananas, they got ripened. So the one ripened orange helps in ripening of all those unripened bananas. So this is how it was found. So ethylene was found like this. So I hope you understood about the observation of ethylene too. Now we will proceed further to learn about the next phytohormone, that is abscisic acid. And abscisic acid is also known as ABA. Its abbreviation is ABA. Okay, in mid 1960s, at somewhere at the middle, there were three independent researchers. They were trying to find out their own, by their own, they didn't depend on any other. So they were independent researchers, and these researchers reported that there are three inhibitors. One is inhibitor B, next one is abscisic 2, and the third one is dormant. So these are the three inhibitors. These three independent researchers, they found separately one inhibitors, 1 inhibitors, and later on these type of substances they were grouped under abscisic acid. Before they were found out as independent inhibitors. Okay, each one separately, and later on they were placed under abscisic acid. So all the substances which acts as inhibitor, they are placed under abscisic acid. Okay, and how it was isolated? These were the inhibitors. They were reported by the independent researchers, but how they were isolated? It was isolated by two scientists. One is Liu, another one is Krebs. Okay, where they exactly found out the abscisic acid is, they found in mature cotton fruits. Okay, who are those two scientists? They isolated. It was Liu and Krebs. Now let's see few function of abscisic acid. Okay, so abscisic acid. Okay, what are those functions? It is, first function is it promotes senescence. That means senescence is something like aging process, right? It is aging process. And next function is it promotes abscission. That means what? Abscission means falling of old leaves, and even old fruits. Okay, most probably it is about the leaves. Why the leaves they fall off? Okay, they fall off due to the abscission. Okay, for example, this is the leaf. And this zone. Okay, this zone is abscission. Okay, this zone is abscission zone. Okay, at this abscission zone. There is a band, right? There is a band, abscission bands. Okay, here what is deposited? There will be deposition of suberin. Okay, this suberin, what it does? It will not let air to go inside the leaf and water and mineral to go inside the leaf. Finally, this leaf has to fall off. So that process is abscission. So make correction that it is not taking place in case of ethylene, it is taking place in case of abscisic acid. Okay, it promotes dormancy in seeds. To withstand adverse conditions like extreme dryness and even more heat and less water condition. In such type of extreme conditions, the seed is going to become what? Dormancy by the action of abscisic acid. Why dormancy? It is having, it can become inert condition. Whenever there is favorable conditions, this seed is going to germinate. Okay, if it is having adverse conditions, okay, then the seed is going to become dormancy by the action of abscisic acid. If it forms favorable condition, it can germinate. And the fourth function is it inhibits germination by decreasing enzyme production. Okay, by decreasing enzyme production, it inhibits its germination. It is just opposite. abscisic acid here, it is just opposite to gibberellic acid. In gibberellic acid, what it does, it promotes germination. In case of gibberellic acid, it promotes germination, but in case of abscisic acid, it inhibits germination. And it is, these two functions are opposite, so they are playing antagonistic role, right? And the fifth function is about stomatal closure. So this stomatal closure can be done by abscisic acid. That's why abscisic acid is also known as stress hormone. It is known as stress hormone. So water stress brings about the increase in abscisic acid synthesis. Okay, during stress also, during the stress condition, abscisic acid is going to play the role. And sixth function is it also promotes bud's dormancy at the shoot tip. Okay, at the shoot tip, if the bud is growing for taller and taller, and the farmers, they want the plant to become more branchy, then this bud which is germinating at the shoot tip is going to remain in dormant condition, whereas the lateral buds, they can grow healthy. Okay, so these were the functions of abscisic acid, and I hope you understood today's class. Thank you.